I got a little teary-eyed because some of those kids we have seen develop since they were, just like you were saying, like walking in 5, 6, 7, nervous, and now they're getting up there like they're cooler than you are. And it's just awesome. It's so cool to watch these kids develop this love for music.
Welcome to the Hidden City Podcast. I'm Grant.
And I'm Doug, and we're here to share some of the incredible stories and people from Oak Cliff that you might not know.
We're going to sit down with some of the visionaries, craftsmen, and business owners who have shaped Oak Cliff into what it is today.
Oak Cliff is on the south bank of the Trinity River, a few miles south of downtown Dallas. While technically it was part of Dallas, it was its own city for a long time, and it still has that independent spirit.
We'll dive into the history and the spirit of this place, exploring the different challenges and successes that defined it.
This is The Hidden City, a podcast about the people and the stories that make Oak Cliff extraordinary. All right, welcome to this episode of the Hidden City Podcast. Today we are very lucky to have Michael and Lauren Boss of BOCO, also known as the Boss Conservatory, here. Lauren is the CEO and Michael the director of BOCO. And we're glad you guys are here and going to share your story. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Yeah.
So BOCO launched around 2022, I think is what we learned. And Michael, you were from Oak Cliff. You were up here. Tell us about how you had the idea for BOCO and kind of where that came from.
We did start kind of softly in January 2022. It was just me.
Okay.
And I had rented a space that's next to the Kessler Theater and what was their co-op. I had that space till about August, and then I needed another teacher. And pretty quickly. We weren't even advertising as a school. Just because I kind of wanted to test the waters.
Yeah, it was just Michael as the music teacher.
Nice.
And then, we started with one kid, one student, basically one room in the co-op space at the Kessler.
Cool.
We kind of...
Just right off Davis Street right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we, I knew I could just... Basically, it was right after, COVID was ending slowly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was kind of the tail end of COVID.
All the spaces were pretty empty. I had one other guy with me, great as Steven, a great guy. He was working in the space, same co-op space up and upstairs, but I just slowly kind of took over the place.
Nice.
And in August, we officially launched it as BOCO.
Cool.
And that's... The name part was really important to me because I've actually, prior to this, I've been doing this for about 15 years, something like that.
Teaching music?
Yes, I've been teaching music.
Okay,
and I've been just working musician for a long time.
Yeah.
And teaching's been a part of that. And
cool.
Some musicians have been very apprehensive to getting into teaching because they feel like it'll digress from their abilities as a musician, which I completely disagree with.
Huh.
I've thought teaching has actually helped me be a better musician. And with that, help kids also become better musicians. But nevertheless, August 2022, right? Is it right?
Yeah.
We launched as BOCO.
Okay.
And we went through all these different names.
Yeah.
We were like, what should we call it? And
Oak Cliff Conservatory, we didn't want it to be generic.
Yeah.
We didn't want it to be stuffy. So,
Yeah.
conservatory sounds a little bit stuffy. But I loved the idea of having our name in it because we have such deep roots in Oak Cliff. So it was okay, let's do that. And then it was BOCO's really cute and it's easier for people to say.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that BOCO actually originally, and I remember this moment when we figured it out, but I was actually, I went to Berkeley in Boston, and across the street was Boston Conservatory, which everyone called BOCO.
Oh, nice.
So then it was kind of this full circle moment. We were like,
this is it.
we found it. Yeah, we landed on BOCO.
Kind of how we landed on it, and here we are.
That name stuck to me for sure when you say it, because I think we've heard y'all through quite a few things, but I think the Blues Bandits Barbecue Festival, I think BOCO was out there,
For
and
sure.
a lot of just neighborhood stuff. I hear the BOCO thing and the brand, and so it's you're right with the name. It does stick, and that's that's cool knowing that it's like tied to you guys too.
Absolutely. We really wanted, and again, with the experience I had prior to this, and forgive me if this sounds negative, but a lot of places I worked just had zero personality.
Yeah.
There's very just like, we give music lessons, put a guitar on the wall, here you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was just like, that's
not Oak Cliff.
That's not
That's
not
not
Oak Cliff,
Oak
that's
Cliff.
not
That's
us.
not us.
And that was our goal, is to have a personality.
Yeah.
And that is massive to us.
Oh, I love that. I mean, it comes through too in the way that the performances that you guys do, and also just the uniqueness of BOCO. I think you were bringing up the proximity to the Kessler, and I want to get into that because that makes BOCO pretty unique in the state of Texas, at least, as a music school, right?
Yeah.
Definitely our niche, being connected to the theater and having our recitals in the theater, giving kids the opportunity to perform on a actual working music venue stage, is just a really, I don't know, a unique experience for, 6, 7,
Feels
8
real.
year olds.
Yeah, it feels
gives them an opportunity to.
It's gonna be confidence boosting, I would assume.
That's the goal. We hope. At the same time, it can be a little intimidating, but that's why we make our recitals so fun. And it's not like,
they're
a party. We have a good time.
Absolutely.
So.
No, we our recitals, I try to make as not only as smooth as possible, but as just light and fun. as
the
possible.
personality behind it.
Absolutely.
For those who don't know much of BOCO, so let's just say it's a listener who's just never kind of heard this. It's music education. What age groups? Is it mostly children? Is it specific types? Give us an overview of like what this is.
I mean, we are for everyone. Age groups, we have something for everyone, whoever wants to be a part of our program. Absolutely. Inevitably, yes, our sweet spot, we do have a lot of kids from probably 6th to 9th grade. And then we have a lot of littles. We have a toddler program. We have a rhythm and blues program for adult guitarists who, they might not be as confident as they like. So they come in, we provide some beer, maybe, give them some liquid courage to play some guitar. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's awesome.
That's every Thursday. That's actually been pretty successful.
Cool.
And then we're starting the vocal social, which is the vocal version of that.
Cool.
We're trying to launch that hopefully in January. But nevertheless, we have something for everyone. It's not.
We've had people in their 70s.
Cool.
Maybe even older than that, that are just, retired, want to keep their brain active, want to try something new. And we've had everyone. I always say it starts at 0, because we have our toddler program, through however old you want to be and come in. Yeah.
I love that, because so often I think of learning music, and it's like, well, if you got lessons as a kid, like you're in good shape, or at least. But if you didn't, then you kind of missed your shot. But I love the idea that it's any age group, any person can jump in and learn an instrument or get better at an instrument. What do you have? Maybe like a guiding philosophy? Because if you have that much range from 0 to 70 or plus, how do you approach everybody at the same time? It seems like it would take a lot of different ideas to. I think
we'll have different answers to this, but mine would be, everyone is born musical. If you look at a baby, when they hear music, they start going, they start bopping around. And so to me, it's and I've never met someone who's like, I don't like music. It's not for me. Everybody loves music, and it's such a unifying thing that brings people together. So I think everybody has that in them. Everybody can explore it, and we're happy to facilitate that love of music for everybody.
I do feel like kids and music, I've got a few of them. I heard you guys have 2.
Yeah.
But my youngest, I got a Louis Armstrong Christmas album or record I've been putting on, and she's been dancing to it like crazy, and she just loves it. And then the other day, my oldest just was like, he put a little trumpet up or whatever, and he's just like acting like I'm like, this guy, I'm loving it. Yeah, it was pretty fun. So like I do think early on there's a little magic that occurs, and maybe it's already baked in, I don't know. But it is fun seeing that. What's your answer? I'm curious. Yeah.
Man, that was a great answer.
Thanks.
Honestly, I think. I mean, you do bring up a good point. We do have several different programs. We try to curate what our kids learn pretty. I don't want to say strictly, but I want to make sure anyone coming in our program, what comes in goes out, right? What you listen, what you marinate will come out on what you're playing, right? So I don't want to say I'm picky about what our students play, but
But you're curating taste.
yes,
little bit.
a little.
Like,
I mean,
I
like to say I'm curating culture.
Yeah,
like
no, for
because
sure.
culture is so alive in music, in my opinion. For instance, my varsity band. We have 3, youth bands. We have a varsity band, we have JV, and then we have JJV.
Nice.
And my varsity group, they're probably so sick of Stevie Wonder, probably so sick of him. And I'm like, guys, in about 10 years, you're going to be so thankful that I made you play this stuff.
Yeah.
Along with, who else do they play? Hall & Oates. I make them play Hall & Oates, who has 0 Grammys, by the way, and I will never be happy with that.
That's actually shocking. I didn't
They
know
have
that.
0
Isn't it so shocking?
Grammys.
Yeah.
And then when I tell my kids that, they kind of reassesses their annoyance with them. But nevertheless, I make them learn so many different tunes that I honestly think is going to benefit them musically down the road. And that's, I'll have a kid who's 7 or 8, and I'll have him play, a little Mozart sonata or a Clementi sonatina that I played because my parents made me take piano lessons for 12 years. And I had to go through these fairly rigorous, classical pieces that, I did it. I'm happy I did it. But once I was musical enough to get out of it, I say out of it, I still do it. But at least the classical side of things, when I was, a 13, 14-year-old kid, I was able to explore music with a little bit better of a foundation. And I want to give our students that as much as possible. I also, as I've grown up, one thing I want to learn from my mistakes and make sure my kids don't make the same mistakes. I didn't learn Hall & Oates when I was 16. I didn't learn Stevie Wonder when I was 16. I didn't learn a lot of Motown, right? And that's music to me is massively important. And if I had done that, maybe I would have been a better player earlier. And I remember having this epiphany. I was like, man, if I just learned all this yacht rock, I would have been a better player in my early 20s. So I want to kind of help our kids get away from that. And for instance, I had a bassist who I taught for about 6 years.
Maybe even longer
Longer
than
than
that.
that. She,
like 10 years, I think.
she was one of the only few students who listened to me, and she got a full ride to the Frost School of Music in Miami.
Whoa.
Full ride.
That's amazing.
I'm so proud of her and how she just kind of powered through everything. She was at Booker T. She was playing upright. She was playing electric bass. But man, like the way I remember one day when she came into our studio, I kid you not, and this is for any parents watching this. Okay, your students or your kids will develop like this. It's not like a crescendo, a slow build. It's always rapid.
Oh, really?
She came in. I swear she was just a bass player out of nowhere. And I honestly think it's because of the music we kind of pushed her way into marinate over time. And then one day she was killing it.
That's awesome.
So that's what I hope we can provide.
And there's nothing cooler than a girl bass player.
That's true too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So cool.
I love the way you're describing music because I do think and you may hate this reference, but it feels very School of Rock, where it's like, hey, you can enjoy music because it's cool, actually. Like, you don't have to think of it as only classical, which classical is awesome. We all love classical music. But when you're 14,
some soul and jazz or something like that, you're just like,
you need something a little different to maybe get you interested in it, and then to marinate in that stuff and just listen to it like crazy. That's where I think you start to fall in love with music.
For sure.
Which is an important part of learning.
Yeah, you got to
music.
put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Like you can't, I can't force a 14-year-old kid playing guitar to play classical guitar and expect them to really move forward with it. Like that's not what they want to do. They want to play Hendrix.
Yeah.
They want to feel that. I mean, I don't want to say
Rockstar.
anger or rage, but like
it's the emotion behind it.
The
though.
emotion behind it really gets to them because they're gonna grow out of that. Heck, I liked Metallica for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Like why? Because I
felt that.
I felt that. Right now, do I like it now? No. That phase is gone. Right.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was able to kind of get through that and listen to that and really, I guess, enjoy it. I mean, at the time, but it was important to go through that so I could find something else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, hearing all these influences, you think of the neighborhood, which has always been artistic.
Absolutely.
Oak Cliff's kind of had this, Stevie Ray obviously is like one of the legends, but like you have all these people that over time have been drawn to this neighborhood. You guys have established this here in Oak Cliff. What draws you to the neighborhood? What inspirations do you kind of take from the neighborhood on some of this as you guys are pushing and becoming this school or this conservatory here?
Craftsmen. No.
There you go.
Craftsman houses.
Yeah. Craftsman houses are awesome. Yeah.
It's funny because I always say, like, I married into Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea. I grew up in the burbs. Don't tell anybody now that I'm putting it out on a podcast. But Michael has such deep roots in Oak Cliff. I would say Oak Cliff is the biggest inspiration to BOCO. I mean, he went to Rosemont, Griner,
Cool.
Booker T after that. And so, like, ending up here was a dream we always had, kind of an inevitable thing that we knew would happen. When the owners of the Kessler Theater approached him about this idea, which is what happened. I don't even know if we touched on that. He was playing a show at the Kessler Theater, and they approached him about, they had this co-op space, they knew his musical history. The wife of the couple that owns it, she used to have a dance studio there for a long time. So she had this desire to grow the arts in Oak Cliff. And she was like, do you also share these same desires? And he was like, actually, I do.
Nice.
And then we went and toured the space. And what's so cool about our space is it was a co-op space, but it was a music studio.
There was definitely some ulterior motives.
It was decorated. We didn't have to change anything. Like, there were giant posters on the wall.
They kind of had it ready for you when you got
it. Was a music studio.
Yeah, I mean, it's 9, 10 total rooms. They're all somewhat small offices. And when I walked in there, I was just like, huh.
Yeah, we were like, this is a music studio.
Yeah,
like, we don't have to do anything.
They had a piano cavity, like, bolted to the wall.
As art.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it just was
cool is that?
perfect. It was perfect. The stars were aligning. So when we decided to jump into it and name it BOCO, one of the things that I helped do was our branding and all of our setting up of our social media. And I wanted to pay homage to the Kessler Theater, which is why we picked our green and our pink.
Cool.
I mean, it's just such a big part of the Kessler's history, is a big part of our ethos, I guess. And just all the Oak Cliff. We actually have a Vaughn student at. We do. We've had a cash.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get out, really?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Grandson, right, of Johnny Cash? Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
we have
here in Oak Cliff.
Yeah. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Of course they are. Where else would they be?
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So cool.
I don't know. I think one reason my dad actually started his business here.
Cool.
I always forget when my parents bought their house. What year
70s.
was 76, 78, something like that.
Yeah, 70s.
They bought it for
on the corner of Davis and Windermere.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's where he grew up. Lucky.
Yeah, that's a great spot.
I guess for me, on a more personal level, I just starting my own business here, or starting our business, excuse me. I don't want to, make it too. But anyway, just my family has been really entrenched in producing Oak Cliff for years, or at least, I don't know if gentrifying is the right word, but nevertheless, my mother was also on the part of the big push to make Winnetka Heights a historic district as well. So she's,
your family's been here for a long time.
Yes, and I just felt like.
Your dad went to South Oak Cliff High School?
Oh, no way.
South Oak Cliff. And they got married in 78, I think, or something. But anyway, my mom has just been a big part of pushing the historic
You have
thing
her
for
to thank
Winnetka.
for having to get your paint colors checked.
That's funny. It's the craftsman's.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
But that was kind of a big part of it for me, just because my family's involvement in this neighborhood, in this community, has been, intense for lack.
Yeah.
But
it was almost inevitable. You were
absolutely.
saying, like, hey,
It
being here, and then when Edwin or whoever at the Kessler was like, "Hey, check this out," it made a lot of sense. Or stars aligned. Is what
Yeah,
you were
it
saying.
did.
Yeah,
Yep.
So we just went with it.
that's awesome.
What was I'm curious what your experience was like growing up in Oak Cliff, because it's gone through its phases and so many changes over the last 30, 40 years, whatever. But I'm curious, like, what was there a music scene here that was exciting when you were in junior high school? Do you remember kind of just generally what the vibes were like?
It's funny. We were just hanging out with all my old bandmates Saturday night.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say I was terribly deep into the music scene. I mean, I was in a pop punk band that played in a garage upstairs in my parents' backyard.
Nice. That's awesome.
For 4 or 5 years, and 2 of those guys actually still live in Oak Cliff.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
What else? I mean, it was, I guess, those are the early aughts. I'd say that, and just culturally in the 90s and the early aughts, Oak Cliff was significantly, I would say, smaller. That was one thing I noticed. I mean, I go to Rosemont now, and I'm like, sheesh.
Yeah.
Like, it was, when I was there, it was just that upper campus.
Yeah,
That's it. There was no lower campus. It was just that. The playground was all wood, so you
Constant splinters.
Love the old
Splinters.
wood playgrounds.
God, man, it feels so long.
No, it's cool,
You're
yeah.
saying it was just, it's gotten bigger or more.
A lot of outside interest. A
Yeah.
lot more outside interest.
Yeah.
Then for better or for worse, I don't think a lot of businesses and investors would touch Oak Cliff with a 10-foot pole.
Didn't even know
Back
about
then,
it.
yeah.
I just didn't know about it. And anything's south of 30, they're just
Yeah,
like,
the Kessler wasn't the Kessler when you
No,
were
it
growing up,
was
right?
there.
Yeah.
It was a building. But it was, I mean, it was
But
just
you did
kinda-
go see some rad shows at the Bronco Bowl, right?
Tell us about this.
I
Tell
did
us
see
about this.
Coldplay's Parachute Tour at the Bronco Bowl in 2001.
Get out of here. What?
And I kid you
No,
not.
I know.
You're burying the lead. That's amazing.
That was actually a really good show. I was very, I mean, compared to what they are now, clearly, I mean, they've found a way to stay relevant. I'll give them that. But man, like the stage setup it was kind of an organic Radiohead kind of show, if that makes sense. Like there wasn't a lot of electronic stuff up there. It was very, they had a lot of percussion. They had a lot of different, instruments you have to hit for it to work. But man, I will say that show was pretty awesome for them, and they actually cared about what they were performing.
Dude, Coldplay and Oak Cliff. That's like
At the Bronco Bowl.
At the Bronco Bowl.
I saw
That reminds
Jimmy
me.
Eat World there too. I forgot to tell you
Nice.
that.
Nice.
Dude, I do feel like there's little neighborhood stuff. We grew up in East Dallas, and I saw Sufjan Stevens in Lakewood Theater.
Okay.
And you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, there's like these little moments where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, these little like neighborhood moments that are awesome. Okay, I gotta ask. You
Yes.
grew up on Davis. Was that Dairy Queen, the Nova?
Yeah, it was
Is
Dairy
it-
Queen.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
I
heard.
was actually going to mention that.
You what?
I was going to mention that.
Nice.
Every time I walk in there, I'm like, I kind of see it.
Yeah.
But also the best.
The
We love
Dairy
Nova
Queen.
so much.
The Dairy Queen. It's so funny.
Didn't you win like a Stevie Ray Vaughan thing?
Oh yeah, tell us about that. I saw that in our notes.
Okay.
What was it? I got a scholarship through the C. Ray Vaughan Foundation
Okay.
in 8th grade,
Okay.
which is
What does
actually
that mean?
probably still at Griner.
Okay.
It was just you audition for a scholarship for college, and they do it at Griner specifically in 8th grade, and they give you like $1,000 or $4,000 for 4 years or something.
That's amazing.
Dude,
And,
that's
got to
awesome.
meet his mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
That
that's
was-
legendary.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, okay, so you guys are working on this together. How is that working? I mean, Grant and I work on businesses. We're brothers. How does the family dynamics work in this? And I know you also have the kids too. Are y'all teaching them in this at all, or is it kind of like
it's rubbing off on them at least?
It's rubbing off. There we go. I love it.
I always say it's their first job, actually, because when we first started, I mean, it was one guy, this guy, in one room at the Kessler, and nobody knew who we are. And so we would offer to do studio tours, and we would take we had one child at the time. We would take her, and we'd be like, we're a family. You don't have to be nervous. Like, we're normal people. Don't worry about it. And now Ella she's 6. She was like 3 at the time, and so now she'll welcome people and hello, welcome to BOCO.
Oh, like, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's working it.
So for her first job.
It is her first job. Yeah. I mean, when we first started, we were also in the midst of planning our wedding. It was, to say the least, like a very hard time. Just, we actually do collaborate really well. We have similar tastes, similar values. That's all to say that we have our moments where it's not easy.
Yeah, you've got different strengths sometimes too. That's something we've learned in our working relationships. Like, we bring different strengths and interests and perspectives to the table. And
we'll
can collide for sure.
You can come at the problems differently sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
when you know each other so well, it's sort of like, I don't even need you to say what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. But I think one thing that's really made it easy is Michael is so the music man. He's the heart of what we do. He plays all the instruments. He's one of those unicorns that can just like hear the song and then start playing it, and you're like, what? Okay. How did you do that? He's like, well, you can't do this. And then I always say, like, I've put the bow on BOCO. Like, I make it cute.
Nice. I love it.
Nice. Inviting.
So we do very much so have our different. I stay out of the way when he's making musical decisions, and he stays out of the way when something needs to look good or be creative. So it's, that's made it easy.
Consolidation.
There you go.
Consolidation.
What all instruments? You said all the instruments. What all is, like, are you playing or teaching?
Well, we offer piano, vocals, bass, drums, violin, ukulele, and am I missing any?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We've had interest in some like band instruments.
We have a trumpet student.
Yes. But it's
we do.
That's awesome.
I mean, but if you have a request, you can always call us. And we didn't have a trumpet teacher, but we're very good friends with one, and we called him and said, "Hey, can you teach our one student?" And he was like, "Absolutely."
That's awesome.
So we made it happen.
Yeah. You guys are kind of like the authority in this, and so you're like, "Hey, we'll use your connections, see how we can do that." Okay.
You're teaching a variety of different instruments, and even willing to like bring on a trumpet teacher when you need one. What would you say to the students who show up and are a little nervous and maybe aren't really confident yet, aren't really sure if they're going to be any good at playing an instrument? How do you handle those kind of situations?
Those are my personal favorites, actually.
No.
Because there's such opportunity there.
Yeah.
And it's going like, okay, you're nervous now. Like, well, in a couple years, you're going to be like, I got this.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's so fun for us to get to watch that evolution. We had a spring showcase with our JJV band. Was the first time getting, and those are our youngest band members.
What age is that? Like,
so JJV's 4 to 6th or 4 to 7th, and then JV's 7th and 9th, and then varsity is like pretty much 8th to 12th. Now that's kind of loose. I know it's if I have a 7th grader who's better than everyone in my varsity band. I'm going to put them in my varsity band, right?
Yeah.
And Lauren, what was the thing you said?
So
you guys were doing
it was a fall
showcase.
a fall showcase.
Yeah. Okay.
We did it on the Kessler Green for the first time, and I got a little teary-eyed because some of those kids we have seen develop since they were, just like you were saying, like walking in 5, 6, 7, nervous, and now they're getting up there like they're cooler than you are. And it's just awesome. It's so cool to watch these kids develop this love for music through our program. You know, it's like having a bunch of extra kids and watching them flourish and blossom and become these just the next generation of Oak Cliff music. It feels so special to be a part of.
Absolutely. No, I think that JJV group, I will say, whenever I saw them performing, and you're right, like those were part of my first roster of me just teaching them.
Yeah.
You know, before I had one teacher,
teachers.
now we have 9.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
9,
so
okay, wow.
so when I saw them all playing different instruments that I wasn't teaching them, mind you.
Yeah.
Like 2 of them were singing, but I taught them piano. One of them was playing drums. I taught him piano. Like they've weeded their way into other instruments.
Cool.
When I saw them, that was pretty awesome.
That's
And,
awesome.
and they were playing Dolly Parton.
Yeah, they killed it. They played Dolly Parton working 9 to 5. I was
They
like,
kept the good taste.
that's how they opened the show, and I was just like, these kids are so dope.
That was pretty cool. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's cool because I think it's giving them confidence in music, but also just life in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that seems like a major value for what you guys are doing. It's neat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So when you're having these students, I mean, how many students do you have going through the conservatory? Is it 20? Is it 10? Is it 50, 100? What? I'm trying to wrap my mind around this thing, and then also follow up to that. You have a couple showcases. Is that kind of what occurs throughout the year? Tell me a little bit more.
Regarding the student count or enrollment, I try not to, because my experience with other businesses, when you student count, you kind of lose sight of what your program's about.
Okay.
But I had a feeling you guys might ask that, so I counted.
I'm just curious.
So, as of today, we're at our total enrollment. This is with, we also have partnerships as well, which I include in our enrollment, but it's about 140.
It's amazing.
Cool.
It's awesome.
So, and that's it's our 3rd school year.
Yeah, so we started with 1. Now we're at 140, and then we've also got the programs at
Casa de Paz. We have our toddler program goes to Casa de Paz. Okay. We do a modern band program at the Kessler School as well.
I think I saw that the Kessler School had it. Like you have partnerships with different schools. That's awesome.
So basically, they basically outsource their music program to us.
Cool.
We also have a Rosemont Dads Band, which is Wednesdays. We're always looking for members. So any dads out there who want to be a part of it, come in, because it's kind of revolving because dads are busy. Right. So that's Wednesdays at 7. Come join us.
Oh, that's great. 140
1 to
students.
140 in 3 years. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah, we've been hustling.
I thought it was our 4th year, honestly.
I was like, no, we've been
like
3 years.
Yeah. So, but nevertheless, it's a lot.
That's exciting to think of the impact of you guys kind of like shepherding these students, just like teaching them, cultivating them, what that's going to be like for the neighborhood in the future. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So how do people get involved? Is it class based, or is it going through a cohort, or what's like the way it works when someone's like, I want to get my kid into BOCO?
Well, BOCO in the end is for everyone. Anyone can come be a part of our program. Absolutely. It's not, there's nothing exclusive about it in the slightest. Really, the best way to really understand first, it's an easy process. You just register, right? Mm-hmm. But call me. I will. You tell me what you need. You tell me what you want. Tell me what your goals are, and I can guarantee you, we as BOCO will put you in the best position to succeed. Cool. For instance, we have 3 kids auditioning for Booker T in like 2 months.
Nice.
We've gotten 7 kids. I don't want to say we've gotten them in. They've gotten themselves in, but we've helped 7 kids on piano, bass, guitar, upright bass, all get into Booker T.
That's amazing.
7 kids, all under one roof.
Which is actually a very difficult thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say there's thousands of kids that audition, and they pick how many?
Depends on the instrument. For instance,
like
one
90?
of our cello students, I think someone told me that they only have like 4 spots for cello.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, like, if that's something too that a student or a parent is like, hey, this is something we're really interested in, you can take that and be like, good to know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
important for us, like in terms of our goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are pretty familiar with what Booker T is looking for.
That's cool. That's cool.
With their audition process, and that's just not because I went there. I mean, I graduated in 2004. Things have changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
But they look for very. I don't want to say it's incredibly rigorous. It's not college level, but it's close.
Yeah.
You know, they expect their string students, their piano students, their drum students. They expect everyone to have a pretty solid foundation and understanding of their instruments coming in, and we absolutely can provide that.
That's cool.
We suggest 2 years prior, though. It takes a while. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got to put in the work for that.
Yeah.
That's
We also do mock auditions
Oh.
with our students. So we'll have 3 teachers come in, watch them do their audition, get them real nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like, get them
And
used to
then
that feeling.
Yeah, get them used to
That's
the jitters.
so funny.
And then
Smart.
give them some
That is
feedback.
smart.
We also, another thing that's different, for instance, and I'm just going to kind of
Go,
put this in
yeah.
here real quick. I had one piano teacher for 12, 14 years, whatever that number is, right? However, she was a great teacher, but she didn't necessarily have a lot of support from other musicians around here, right? BOCO does that. For instance, my cello teacher and I talk about his student.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about my Melanie, her vocal students. We talk and we basically make sure our students are getting where they need to go because we collaborate together to
Dude,
make
that is
sure.
awesome.
Yeah,
And there's
and
like a
that's
team of
huge.
people
Yes.
supporting each child. It's like, hey, this is, they can bring this expert knowledge in. You've got additional knowledge and expert knowledge. And then
Yeah.
you're just like, hey, where do we need to go
Feels like
next?
you're creating some academia or institution that you're
Absolutely.
like,
No,
hey,
I tell
this
parents
isn't
that.
just
Yeah.
like a training. This is like, no, we're building a school or
Yeah.
like a, yeah.
Absolutely. Like I actually told a mom recently, it's like, look, like your daughter auditioning for Booker T, with us, they're getting not only extra eyes, but literally extra ears.
Yeah.
Which is what music is. It's all about what you hear. And we're going to give her the input she needs to hopefully make sure she succeeds with her audition. And that's, I don't really know of any other programs from Miles that would really cultivate that kind of culture for their students. At least one like ours. Clearly, you know, colleges and whatnot, they all hopefully make sure their students succeed and get together and have meetings about where their progress is and whatnot. But we absolutely make sure that their kids are on the right trajectory.
Why do y'all care so much? Like, is it the love for music? Like, did something happen when you guys were kids? Like, what, like, I need to know. I need to know.
It
'cause
takes
there's-
12 years of piano.
I know.
It's really all just payback. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not love. It's vengeance.
That's so true.
No.
It's also like become our third child.
Yeah.
It's our baby. It's something we built together, and we are super duper passionate
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Music, I mean.
And I think we both saw the need in
Yeah.
Oak Cliff specifically.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are tons of families here, so many kids,
You have a lot of creative families.
a lot
in
of
this-
creatives, a lot of people who want to get their kid into music and didn't want to have to drive across the bridge.
Yeah.
And we kind of saw the need for it as new parents ourselves and knew that we could do it. And it's just been this drive
You saw a
that we've
need.
had.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There was
You're
definitely a
music
vacuum. I'll get back to that, but to piggyback on what she was saying, yeah, the need over here was
Was
huge.
there.
I
It's
mean, it
evident.
was programs I worked at. I mean, they're within a 5-mile radius. There was 15 schools within over in East Dallas. And I was like, this is ludicrous. Why does Oak Cliff have nothing?
Yeah,
over there
nothing.
like this, you know.
Yeah.
So I was just like, let's not only can we build upon what we want Oak Cliff to be, we can provide Oak Cliff something that
It needs.
it needs,
Yeah.
literally. Regard to why we do this, because I'm not good at anything else.
Get out of here. You're just like, this is what I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
But music. Yeah.
music it's become oxygen. Like I don't, like if tomorrow there was no music, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
And then honestly, and I can't take credit for that, calling music oxygen. I actually heard Paul McCartney say that. But it's what it becomes. Like the other day, and I was at home with Adeline. You were out, I don't forget what you're doing, but it's okay. But nevertheless, I needed to play something. I just needed it. I don't know. Could have been anything.
Yeah.
Could have been a kazoo.
Yeah.
I just needed it. But Adeline was asleep. I couldn't play our piano. So I literally got angry. Not like super angry.
No. Yeah. But you're like, I need
the,
is in there.
Yeah, and just the need to hear harmony and hear notes combined was just overwhelming. And I just couldn't. There was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's hopefully marinating into my students a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just that desire and poignancy that I really see with music.
Yeah.
I hear more or less.
Well, no, music as oxygen, it's such a gift. It's like something that's gone for years and years and years. I think I didn't play many instruments or really any. I played alto in fourth grade.
You played the sax.
Cool.
Alto sax.
Oh,
in fourth
okay.
grade.
Yeah. See, it shows you how much I know about music.
You played a little piano.
Play a little ditty on the piano.
Yeah,
No, I don't know how to
dude.
play, but I would love to come take a class.
I know.
Absolutely.
You guys should. I wanted to say Rhythm and Blues is fun if you guys want to
There
come
you go.
sometime.
And the
Okay.
dad's band.
Yeah,
you
the
need to
dad.
get that bad boy out.
Yeah.
But no, I just think music's just like it's one of those gifts. It's one of those things in this life that you're when you hear it and it's a part of you. And I think it's awesome that this is happening at Oak Cliff and that you guys are going after this and building it. So.
And the passion comes through. I feel like that's the other thing with a good teacher. It's like they can get you excited about something that you were never excited about beforehand.
That's it.
And now you're like, oh, I see it through because of the teacher that brought you to the water and just said, hey, try this out. So
Awesome.
I love that you guys are doing that. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, what future for BOCO? You're at 140 students. You're doing these different shows. What's kind of coming down the pipeline? What do you guys envision, kind of for the future for you guys?
So I will say we started with our original studio, the BOCO studio. That was the co-working space, and now we've taken that over. And we've also acquired what we're calling the Bocita, which is the little red brick building right behind the Kessler Theater on the same block.
I know that.
So we have acquired that space as well. And that is kind of what we've turned into our early childhood education center.
Cool.
So the idea there is we start kids out in this little building. We go through our Little Oaks classes, which is 0 to 4. We have a Big Oaks classes, which is 4 to 7 or 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Just depends on if kids are ready for one-on-ones or not. And then the idea there is they graduate up to our one-on-one space, one-on-one lesson space. So it's also a place where our desire there is to become a bigger community hub space. So it's not just classes for littles. We do birthday parties, karaoke, our classes for adults.
That's awesome.
We have, you can rent it out for birthday parties.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
We
awesome.
just-
That's awesome.
We just had our 6-year-old's birthday party
Nice.
there, karaoke themed. It
How
was
fun.
so fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a big part of our
Cool.
future too, is becoming not just music lessons, not just one-on-one, but like a place where you can also come and have fun with your friends and neighbors and
That's awesome.
all that kind of good
Spring.
kind of stuff. This is
Spring.
a exclusive, BOCO exclusive.
let's go.
We're going to
Exclusive
drop with you
announcements.
guys.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we have done a spring showcase, like we did our fall showcase. We've done a spring one the past couple of years. We are... our desire is to make it more of a music festival vibe
Cool.
that
Awesome.
we're calling Bochella,
Coachella.
like
Let's go.
Coachella.
That's
Totally heard.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
that's the cute thing that I
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
to the table. The first one we did happened simultaneously with Coachella, and we were like, man, I was like, man, we missed such an opportunity to call it Bochella, and he was like, okay, yeah. So yeah, we're our desire there is to have actual working musicians,
Cool.
bands in the
We're gonna have
area.
professional. We're gonna try to have professional acts.
Yeah, not just students, but like cool bands
Yeah,
in the area.
that's awesome.
Wait, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
I want to have vendors set up. I want makers, creators,
Cool.
people who, make win catchers and want to sell them somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
come set up a table at Bochella. And,
That's awesome.
So that's something we're working on.
Okay.
For
So
this
that's like maybe springtime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will that be in the same area right there where you guys are?
We're working
on it?
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
We're going to have our student bands with a few professional acts.
How cool.
Which will be great for them. I mean, it's a learning experience. It's also good exposure for our professional acts. And
Yeah.
local acts around Oak Cliff.
And
Cool.
another
That's awesome.
way BOCO can help bring our community together.
Yeah.
Bring people
Yeah.
together.
We're definitely trying. We want to announce as well that we are a community program.
Yeah.
Our events are going to be community centric. We advocate for community anything.
Yeah.
That's what we.
That's how
awesome.
we've grown
That's
so
awesome.
fast in 3 years is because we hoofed it.
Yeah.
Literally went to every community event we could and just
Yeah.
met people, handed
Yeah.
flyers out, and said, "Do you like music?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're doing this.
We're doing
Yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah.
Come,
That's awesome.
come check it out." Yeah. So that's
Well,
our goal.
you guys are doing it.
Thanks.
Well, Michael, I want to thank you so much for your time today. This was
Absolutely.
awesome getting to know more about BOCO.
Thank you.
Yo, this was a blast.
Yeah.
If people want to learn more about BOCO,
Yeah.
where should they go?
Our
right.
website.
There you go.
Yeah, or just call either one of
Yeah.
us.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
BOCO-music.com.
Okay.
Our Instagram is boco.oakcliff. And we're super active on both of those places.
Follow along and reach
Love it.
out.
Reach
That's
out,
Give
awesome.
us
yeah.
a follow.
Awesome.
Yeah. Call me. I will
We
answer
will-
any of your questions.
We
There
will
we
talk
go.
to you.
Awesome.
good.
Awesome. Well,
Well,
thanks for coming on the show. y'all.
Thanks for having us. This was so fun.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Hidden City. We hope you discovered something about Oak Cliff that you didn't know. If you enjoyed the show, I hope you subscribe to it on YouTube and then follow us on any of the podcasting platforms. Also, if you enjoyed it, please share with a friend. And thanks so much for tuning in.